Yun, we're live.
We're live. Hello. Bumalik ako. Hello. Hello sa lahat ng nanonood sa aming live broadcast sa 8 Letters. Hindi ako nandito para ako ang interviewin. Ako ang host ninyo for this hour. Yay! Ako
Yay!
saling ko.
Balik-balik lang sa kayan.
Yan. So we're here to talk about Silver Linings, no? It's an anthology by LitArt Hub, which is managed by Cruz and Katie Velez. Okay, but we're still waiting for Mayumi. She'll be here, I think, in a minute, no? So we
Yeah.
have muna. Okay, so Katie, kilala ka na
Hello.
naman lahat. Pwede ka bang, siguro we'll start with rough things about what is LitArt Hub and bakit nagkaroon ng Silver Linings Anthology.
Okay, so LitArt Hub was parang brainchild namin ni Ate Yumi. I think back in 2017, we were already talking about creating a writing group to help writers to publish their works. So at that time, we created the writing group, which was Sweet Books, and we published an anthology with ilan ba kami doon? I think we are 6 writers in the book, which is yung The Trouble with Man. And then life got in the way, na-busy, ganyan. Tapos, nito nga, nagkaroon ng pandemic, nagkakumustahan kami ni Ate Yumi. And we talked about na I miss writing with a group. You're creating stories together for an anthology, ganyan. So yun nga, naisipan namin na, sige, tayo ng isa pa, another writing group, and this time it will be open for everyone to submit their stories, and that's how LitArt Hub started. That's how we formed LitArt Hub. Tapos, yung Silver Linings, parang we wanted to write something that would be uplifting to everyone, kasi nga 'di ba pandemic, ang outlet lang ng mga tao is entertainment, either reading, music, or anything that they can watch online since they're all stuck at home. And then, so naisipin namin na, sige, call for submission tayo, and then we create an anthology. Kung maraming mag-submit, we post their stories online na rin sa website. So that's how it happened. And we had, ayan na, dyan na si Ate Yumi.
Hey!
Yay!
Yumi!
Hi, Ate! Thanks for joining us.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay.
Okay lang.
So we were talking about, I was just asking Kate how LitArt Hub started, tapos paano na-conceptualize yung Silver Linings.
Okay. LitArt Hub started when Kate and I talked over chat on May, right? Or April, around April.
April yun.
Ito lang. April, May.
Ito lang. This year. Actually, we already have another group which we started a few years ago, which was also our brainchild, Kate and I. Kanyang kami lagi. Pag nagkausap kami, marami kaming nabubuong ideas.
Yeah.
So, around towards the end of April, yun nga, nagkausap kami through chat, kumustahan, and then, out of the blue, we envisioned a platform where we can showcase short stories, flash fiction, poems, artworks, and photography, with featuring new and not so new writers and artists. I remember natawa pa nga ako kay Kate noon eh. Kasi sabi ko, how about kako literary mug? Sabi mo gano'n. Pero digital. Kate, anong sabi mo, Kate? Sabi niya, ano ate, parang liwayway.
Sabi ko na, I remember growing up, kasi di ba ang liwayway is insert siya sa mga newspaper. And parang simula elementary, we always buy, si Papa kasi mahilig magbasa ng dyaryo. Tapos nun, so, di ba every Sunday, may insert yon na either, depende. Oo.
Halata ba?
May mga short stories talaga na nakalagay sa liwayway that you have to follow kasi they would only be released like, minsan once a month lang.
Once a month.
Yung serialized na short stories nila. Oo, ganun. Kaya that's why, yun yung unang pumasok sa isip ko. Sabi ni ate yung
Kaya sabi ko, hindi, ano naman, social naman, liwayway, sabi yung gano'n. So, that started it.
Parang tunog, when I first saw your website, hindi ko pa alam na kayo yun, Hindi ko pa alam. Dumaan lang sa newsfeed ko.
Oh.
Sabi ko, biro to? International ba to? Totoo to pero biro Hindi ko alam
that's what diba? We want to project talaga. Kasi, Kate and I have this dream, Kate, a vision that, syempre, we encourage also non-Filipino writers to write for us. Actually, mayroon ng mga nag-submit ng mga poems nila. One is a Romanian. Wow. Another is a Kate, sino na isa? Pasensya na.
From India, di ba?
Yes. Si Ankush, yes.
We have one from Canada.
Yes.
Wow.
But we really also want Filipino writers and artists to join us. And
hi, Eka.
And for their works to be showcased to the entire world. Yun talaga ang namin, ang vision namin ni Kate.
Tsaka maganda to kasi even before it gets to Amazon, it already has a wide parang wide readership kasi nga yung tatlo sa inyo galing sa ibang bansa. So doon pala malaki na yung reach niya, So maganda yung proyekto. Pag-usapan natin yung bakit for example, bakit nyo naisip na sige tungkol sa pandemic o tungkol sa stories of hope, during this time. Kasi halimbawa, may mga gumawa na niyan. Mga tula nga lang, parang mostly tula So, is it because nakita nyo na it's necessary or was it parang sumabay sa agos? Parang ganun ba siya?
Hindi pagsabay sa agos, kundi siguro ang right term is to encourage hope during this time of crisis. Kasi nga, medyo depressing ang ating times today. Reading stories can make us feel better.
Yes.
Kahit paano, in such a short time, pwedeng ma-divert yung mind natin from the scary situation we have now.
Sabi nga ni Kate, entertainment, yun ang kailangan din natin.
Yes. And actually, I want to say na kahit yung mga foreign newspapers like the New York Times, you can browse their website, they have also uh, a portion of their site where they have solicited the works of
Mm-mm.
uh, famous fiction writers who also wrote short fiction which were inspired by the pandemic. So hindi lang kami 'yon. Meron ding
Mhm.
iba na ang
World.
talagang purpose is to sabi nga to uplift.
Ah.
Tapos even if some of the stories came out at the start to be medyo sad,
Right.
mayroong lesson learned na
Happy
makukuha doon.
ending.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lahat
Collective
may
ano
So,
siya,
happy end.
collective
ah,
mentality
Ate
din
Yumi,
siya na we need
ah,
something na
oo.
pampagaan ng loob. Yes, Kate.
Yes.
Yes. Ate Yumi, Ate Kate, ano yung mga possible challenges na naharap nyo since yun nga, pandemic, tas alam naman natin meron tayong mga task din sa bahay. Paano yung naging time management nyo to manage na eto nga, meron kayong project, meron din kayong trabaho sa bahay, meron din kayong ibang mga tinatrabaho. So, ano yung mga naging challenge, tsaka paano nyo siya nalampasan?
Si Kate muna.
Ah, challenge sa amin ni ate is parang more on sa time management lang namin siya. Kasi nga, especially for sa anthology, ano
Hmm.
yun eh,
Mhm.
kasabay nun when we started reading and choosing stories that would be included sa anthology, may writers discourse din nun.
Oo.
Kaya
Sabay-sabay.
busy siya talaga kasi nga tapos nun we also had critiquing sessions with the writers para ma-expand nila yung stories nila. Kasi when they submitted the stories to be posted on the website, the word count limit is just 1,500. Pero for
Mhm.
the book, we had to push it to 3,000. So we talked to each of the writers isa-isa para
Mhm.
i-discuss namin kung paano nila may expand yung story, paano nila mas ma-develop yung characters nila. So yun yung siguro parang the challenge would be more on scheduling
Mhm.
pati yung oras na availability ng writer namin ni Ate Yumi. Kami ni Ate Yumi nasanay na kami na parang yan eh, we talk halos araw-araw. Pag
Mhm.
medyo madaming ginagawa, mag-message, "Ate, can we talk?" O kaya tayo may message niya, "Kate, can I call?"
Close work talaga siya eh, no? Talagang
Oo.
you have to
So,
be with the
aside
right
from
person.
curating, kayo na rin ang nag-edit or gano'n?
Oo.
Kayo na rin nag-arrange lahat?
Oo, kami.
Yes.
Most of the formatting nung book, si Ate Yumi gumawa niyan. Pati yung cover, si Ate Yumi gumawa niyan.
Mhm.
Tapos tulong
Thank
kami
you.
when it comes to editing.
Mhm.
Yes. Gusto ko lang din i-point out yung sa critiquing namin.
Oo.
Ah, Parang it's more nga din on brainstorming. Kasi we listen to what the writers uh,
Mhm.
want to uh, to explain or
Ano
Ano
gusto
to
yung,
yung
envision in their stories. And
oo.
then we also suggest things.
oo.
Pero syempre in the end sila ang masusunod. Kung
Mhm.
yung
Ilan
kailangan
ang
para sa
stories
story.
dito? Ilang
Ha?
story? Ilan ang stories?
10.
10, including yung
10.
story namin ni Ate Yumi.
10 tapos times 3,000. So 30,000. Wow.
More or less, yes.
The mammoth of a book. Wow. Kapal na
Total
madami yun.
dedication talaga, lalo na kapag anthology. Pero ano yun,
Oo.
paano nyo na out yung mga gusto nyong entries sa hindi? So,
Mhm.
ang dami nyo rin bang inano? Ang dami nyo din ba talagang pinagpilian? Ang hirap, parang ang hirap kasi na top
Mada
10 lang yung Okay.
Oo, madami rin kaming pinagpilian, and most of the stories na submitted for the entries, yung mga hindi na isama sa anthology, ipinost din namin siya sa website. So, you can read some of the other stories na sinubmit for Love in the Time of COVID. Kasi yun yung ginamit namin na prompt right then, na Love in the Time of COVID. Pinost namin siya sa website. And then, yung mga napili for the anthology, it became available to the sa website for a limited time. And then when we started arranging the stories na for the book, in-archive muna namin sila. Kasi nga, we don't want to preempt the people who would be able to read the shorter version, di ba? Ganon. So, yun siya.
So, ano
Hindi kami ganon nahirapan ni ate in choosing kung ano yung pipiliin namin. Kasi dalawa lang kami. And yung taste namin sa stories, medyo similar.
Right.
paano yan? Kunwari,
Anong silver linings? Anong genre?
It's a mixed genre.
Oo na.
Hindi lang siya literary and genre fiction. Mix of everything na halos kasi there's women's fiction, there's paranormal, may time travel, merong
Fantasy.
Philippine mythology, fantasy,
Merong romance.
romance. Yes.
Merong realistic fiction, I guess, no? Meron din yan.
Yes, it's set in a pandemic time. Basically, ano yung mga stories na when you are someone who was who was going through this time of pandemic and you encountered things that are hard and painful.
Nag-comment po
what
si Miss
what will happen?
Bakit daw silver linings? Bakit silver
okay.
linings? Na ano,
Silver linings is because there are dark clouds today. It's hovering above us and in front of us and surrounding us. But
There's a silver lining.
there's always a silver lining. We have to, sometimes, we have to find it. We have to look hard for it. Kaya nga yung team namin, mixed genre siya, pero yung common theme is love in many forms. Kasi maraming forms ng love. May self-love, may romantic love, may parental.
May love
and
for
so on.
profession. Ganyan.
Yes.
What's the best thing in working on this anthology? Ano pinakamasayang gawin? Most fun thing?
Pinakamasaya.
Yung sa akin, Kate, yung kausap natin sila, yung nag-brainstorming kami. Kasi parang we had a look at their minds and all the writers were brilliant. Kaya nga, lalong nagiging determined ako dun sa belief namin ni Kate na Filipino writers are good writers. And may even be better.
Kasi when we have either one-on-one or brainstorming sessions with the other writers, I mean, you're able to pick through their minds kung yung creativity nila, tapos kung ano yung mga messages na gusto nilang iparating using their stories.
Right.
Yun, mga ganon. So, nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwa na to get to know other writers more through those brainstorming sessions.
So, paano yung naging selection nyo? Kunwari, 4 ba kay Miss Yumi, tapos 4 din sa'yo, Miss Kate, or may mutual decision na lang kayo na parang nag-moto kayo sa entries?
Binasa namin lahat ng entries. Tapos, we pick think we picked our top 10, no?
Yes.
Individually, we picked our top 10. Tapos, kinompare namin yung list namin. Tapos nun, yung sa hindi kami match, doon na kami, kukuhanin ba natin to o hindi. Sige.
Actually,
So, yun.
hindi lang namin kumbaga broadcast. Pero sa next anthology nandun na, no? Yung criteria namin is first yung theme. Kung nandun yung theme. Kasi ang theme nga namin, love triumphs all. So whatever form of love they have written about, kailangan nag-triumph yun sa story nila. And the second one is, how did they how the development of their character. Kasi nga, syempre kailangan
may change.
May change sa character nila. How did the conflict, how the conflict was resolved in the end. Yun talaga ang basic lang na tiningnan namin kasi it's all short version. 1.5 nga originally lang di ba, no? Okay. Yung word count namin. So, wala na rin kami masyadong tiningnan, kundi yung tatlong yun. Kasi we just wanted to have a feel of the writers, dedication to their craft, tsaka yung kanilang skills. Kung paano nila susundin yung craft na sinabi namin.
Yes.
As ebook, As ebook, ebook tama ba ako?
It's ebook and paperback.
Yes. The ebook is available in Amazon, Kobo, Barnes and Nobles, and then iBooks. Yeah, it's also available in iBooks.
Anong language po nung Silverline? Is it
English
or English Filipino?
Pero most of it kasi has the all of the writers sa Silver Linings are Filipinos. So yung take nila on their stories, andun pa rin yung yung culture, yung Filipino na attitude, na characteristics, especially the fantasy ones kasi we use the Philippine mythological creatures.
Actually, gusto ko sana namin lahat ilagay. Lahat ng stories na nagpasa. Kaya lang, may mga hindi nakapagpasa nung second
kasi we requested them to submit a longer version of their stories. So, yung mga yung mga pinili namin, we asked them to submit a longer version of their stories. Pero yung mga nag-submit lang, yun lang yung naisama namin sa anthology. Kasi parang originally, we wanted to have like 15 stories sa anthology kaso nga, yun nga, konti lang yung nag-revise ng story nila and made it longer. Kaya, ilan lang din yung naisama namin sa anthology.
Siguro, naging factor din yung slow internet.
Oo.
Kasi nga, yung iba, hindi nakapag-lalag. Nakapag-online.
Yeah. Miss Chris, baka may tanong ka pa. Ay, nawala yata si Miss Chris.
Naghang yata.
Oo. So, gaano katagal na nagpa-call for submission kayo, tapos yung pinaka-screening ng mga entries, gaano katagal yung inabot?
The call for submission started in April. And then April 30 yung last day ng submission kasi for the entries. Then starting ng May, we had the critiquing sessions with the other writers. Tapos the ebook version was released July 4. July 4 na-release yung ebook. So, I think we had like about 2 months to polish the works. Ganun. Yan.
And
Nabilisan na kami.
the paperback is being launched.
Oo. This launch naman is to announce that the paperback is available for order for those who want to have the physical copy of the book. Yan. Pero if prefer nyo yung ebook version, it's already available in Amazon, iBooks, and some of the digital stores.
And on our website.
Yes, on our website. Yung wala.
Para po dun sa mga hindi pa masyadong familiar on purchasing ebooks po. So, paano po sila makakapagbayad? Magkano po? Kunwari po, ano po yung available na payment option? Kasi po hindi pa naman lahat halos familiar about purchasing ebooks po. So, ano po yung mga tinatanggap nila na payment options po doon?
It would depend on the digital store. Sa Amazon, you can use PayPal or credit card.
Not PayPal.
Sa iBooks.
Not PayPal. Credit card lang.
Credit card lang ba? Sa iBooks, Apple Payment pwede, di ba? Tsaka credit card. Yun. Sa website namin, yun, you can avail of the books with PayPal. But if you want other forms of payment, we also have GCash and Paymaya or bank transfer if you prefer that. So, yun.
Parang challenging kasi kapag, again, nag-collab kayo ni Miss Yumi, kayo ni Miss Kate. So, di ba magkalayo na nga kayo, tapos ito nga, under quarantine tayo. So, ano yung naging challenge nga na? Since hindi kayo makapag-meet personally sana para to work on together, ganyan. So, ano yung mga naging mas challenge?
Thanks to the wonders of technology. It's very easy to call her out pag gusto ko.
And then, tapos we usually edit online. Shareable na document siya. So we can both see the different edits that the other made. So, yun, we are able to discuss kung ano yung mga edit na kailangan or hindi na kailangan dun sa story. And yun na talaga, yung lagi kami magkausap sa telepono natin.
I think that's the key. That's an important key to always communicate with each other. Kasi nga, pag may tanong ako, I'll call her or message her. Ganun din siya. We don't let anything block us from calling. Pag pagkatulog lang.
Ano yan? Si Ate Yumi actually may magme-message sa akin, matulog ka na.
Lagi kasi online po si Miss Kate. Parang energetic. Career woman talaga si Miss Kate.
Madaming racket yan.
So lahat yon, pati book cover, format, lahat yon, kayong dalawa na nag-decide nun?
Si Ate Yumi yung nag-design, tapos taga-pili lang ako ano yung magandang cover.
Kasi we're just a startup, startup
publishing.
Siyempre, hindi naman kami rich. We can be rich, but we are not rich. Pero, at saka, sometimes kasi yung creativity, you can, when you have passion, diba? Creativity naturally comes out. So, yun. We did
Si Miss Kate kasi may nabasa na akong may Shopee. May nabasa na kasi akong poetry ni Miss Kate. So, mahirap ba yung transition ng nag-poetry ka, tapos ngayon, nandito ka naman sa anthology making, nagma-manage ka, nag-curate, ganon. So, mahirap din ba yung naging adjustment mo from jumping to poetry to novel or short stories?
nung una, kasi sa poetry, you don't need a lot of words to to tell a story, kumbaga. That's why from poetry, I started writing muna microfiction, yung very very short stories like tipo 50 words, 100 words, ganyan. Tapos slowly humaba, short stories, ganyan. Kaya ayun, unti-unting transition. It's not siguro the difficulty lang that I faced siguro would be how to flesh out the ideas kasi sanay ka na sa brevity. Pag sanay ka sa brevity, parang ako mismo nakakabaan sa sinusulat ko na when I can say it in little words kasi naiintindihan ko na siya sa utak ko. So I think that's the difficult part lang when you have to transition from writing very short fiction or poetry and then writing a longer story like short stories or novelettes.
Sa'yo naman, Miss Yumi, kasi nabasa ko yung Chroma Hearts, isa sa mga paborito ko.
Thank
Tapos,
you.
ano yung, may pressure din ba since nagre-release ka na rin ng mga ebooks mo sa Amazon? As in, maganda naman yung maganda yung ratings. Nagkaroon ka rin ba ng pressure na ngayon mag-curate ka ng anthology? Tapos magme-mentor ka din ng ibang writers?
Medyo. Kasi it's an entirely different thing na naman. Entirely new thing. Pero, yun na ang maganda sa pagiging writer. Siguro, ako kasi I love to challenge myself. Kaya nga, yung mga sinusulat ko, it's, cross-genre, diba? Multiple genre. Ayokong itali yung sarili ko sa isa lang. Kailangan, I have to, I want to learn other genres as well. Ganun din yung nangyari sa pag-mentor sa anthology and for LitArt Hub. Siguro, hindi na rin naging hard kasi now we have a vision, Kate and me, na yun nga, to help Filipino writers showcase their works through our website. Writers and
Yung
artists.
oo, 'no? Pero po sa 8 Letters Discourse din po kayo nagme-mentor din po aside from Kate din po? So, kahit papaano naman din po
Oo,
nakaka-agree.
we actually sa discourse, we started as participants as students
Mm,
sa discourse.
mm,
That's where we learned to be better sa editing, sa critiquing, and yun nga, na-apply namin siya when we are creating and compiling the stories for Silver Linings.
Yes. Meron kaming mga pointers din na nakuha sa discourse. It really helped us a lot din.
mm. Buti naman. So,
Yeah.
magkakaroon din po ba ng physical copy itong Silver Linings?
Yes, it's all the paperback edition of Silver Linings is available for purchase na. And
Ay,
it's on a discounted price hanggang bukas. Hanggang bukas na lang yung discounted price na 300 pesos. And after Sunday, starting on Monday, the regular price would be 350 pesos per copy.
ito po ay available na sa 8lettersbooks.com at iba pa pong platform.
Yes, it's available on 8lettersbooks.com/shop and also sa website namin sa LitArt.
Yes. At mayroon pa po ba kayong plano na magkaroon ng part 2 ang Silver Linings? Balak niyo pa bang dagdagan in the near future?
Hindi siya part 2 ng Silver Linings, but we already have sige, magpo-promote na kami. So,
Ayun.
yun. For those, for writers and artists, who wants to showcase their work, yun na ate, ikaw na. Sige, ikaw na mag-promote.
Yes.
Okay, litarthub.com has an ongoing call for submission for short fiction, less than 3,000 up to 3,000 word count. Poems
Opo.
and artworks, meaning photographs or illustrations, which
Okay.
you can submit to us. And when accepted, it will be posted on our website. And if your work is awesome enough, we will include it in our digital magazine, which will have its um, first edition on
Yeah.
September.
Speaking
Ooh.
of the magazine,
The
yeah,
theme is embrace.
Embrace. Yes.
Mhm.
So the our digital magazine will be released in September. It will feature short stories, poems, and artworks, and also mga feature articles. I'll be writing about Eight Letters Lit Fest,
Mm-mm.
and include it in the magazine. So yeah, tapos Ate Yumi also has an article that she's going to write then na ilalagay dun sa sa magazine. So the magazine isn't just a collection of short stories
Fiction.
and fiction. So it's a literary mag where you can read poems, you can see artworks,
And even news and events about
news and
the
events.
literary world and the
Mm,
art world din.
yes.
So, kung
Mayroon po ba siyang theme o
mag-submit kayo
line
sa
for
amin.
selection?
Ano yan?
Sorry.
May may theme po ba para po sa mga gustong mag-submit? May theme, may genre para po alam ng mga viewers natin?
For
Uh,
for the open submission, we do not have previously we requested the prompt um for them to submit, but starting the next quarter, wala open genre na ulit siya, open ano na siya,
Mm.
wala na siyang prompts, so you can submit your stories as long as it pumasok siya dun sa submission guidelines that we have. You can check that on the submission guidelines we have on the website. Basta pasok siya sa guidelines. Sa genre, we're not very strict when it comes to genre. You can have a mix of genres sa stories mo. It can be a slice of life. We're just looking for stories that will move us. Diba?
Mm.
Whether intellectually, emotionally, yung mga ganon. It's something that is hi-
we're looking for fiction that
oh,
are emotive but
emotive.
not cliche.
Mm.
Yung mga stories na tsaka poems na hindi siya hindi mo siya masyadong ma-explain. Hindi,
Mm.
hindi sabihin na to understand us better, siguro they can go to our website and
Yes,
read the stories and the
read
poems.
some of the stories that we already have here.
Kasi
Kasi,
yung iba kasi ah okay, we appreciate all the submissions, we are very, very thankful for submitting to us. Kaya lang, we want to read or to showcase stories that uh, will talagang, it's
mm,
thought provoking,
mm,
diba? It's
moving,
moving
ganyan. Yung
and
tipong hindi mo siya usually mababasa. Kasi 'di ba you can see a lot of poems for exactly. You can read a lot of poems sa Instagram, sa Facebook, sa Twitter, and everywhere else. We want something that is different from the usual that you can read, but something that would parang gusto mo pa rin siyang basahin kahit nakakaiba siya. Gano'n. Something
oo.
fresh and unique. Yeah,
Mm.
Yes, fresh and unique. Kaya
yes.
nga siguro hindi naman sa choosy kami. Hindi naman sa choose. Pero kasi what we want is yun nga, to showcase works na hindi karaniwan nakikita sa iba. For example, yung
Mm.
mga hugot, di ba? Which is okay naman. Kaya lang, we want to encourage writers, especially Filipino writers, to write stories with depth,
Apo.
poems with depth, not necessarily yung mga yung mga mga palaban na palaban sa kung saan man
I
pero
especially
yung
love
stories
the
with depth.
I especially love the artworks and the photos that are submitted
Yes.
to the website. Kasi the prompt for the artworks lang, um, ang kailangan lang sagutin is what moved you today. So
Yes.
we asked the artist to include an abstract or a short description about the picture or the photo or the illustration that they're going to send to tell us kung what moved them, what make this specific artwork, what impact does it have on you, what moved you, why is it the one you're submitting to us. So yun siya. Yun lang yung requirement. So the same thing with the short stories and the poems. We wanted them na pag binasa mo siya, you would be moved either to change the way you think, to reevaluate how you see others, you evaluate how you see other people, or how you um your perception on different situations. Parang
Mm.
ganun.
At saka, ayun nga, it's not being choosy. Siguro it's much on being, to challenge the writer, diba? To come up with a story that is unlike the other stories that have been written or are being written by others. Points and stories.
Yes.
So, sa mga gusto pong magpa-mentor sa inyo, Miss Kate tsaka kay Miss Yumi, saan nila po kayo mahahanap?
Ayun.
They can submit
Discourse.
their stories. They can
The
submit their
discourse.
stories sa amin, or their poems or artworks. If they want to be part of the Facebook group na exclusive to the contributors of LitArt Hub. And then, doon naman sa gustong matuto kung paano magsulat and to be better in writing, join the Writers Discourse by 8 letters. Para then for them to know more about how to improve writing. So, mag-aano na rin ako, magpa-plug na rin pala kami. Because we have a current call for submission.
Yes.
Entries can be sent until August 31 of this year. The call for submission is for another anthology, which will be released later this year. It's a fantasy themed naman na anthology. Kung yung Silver Linings, mixed genre siya. Ito naman susunod na anthology na ilalabas namin is, ang genre lang niya is fantasy. But you can mix other. Oy, Shopee. Thank you, Shopee.
Ewan ko ba ayaw tumigil ito. Di ba ako bumibili?
Tapos, yun. So, nawala tuloy ako sa ano. Ayan.
Sorry.
The main theme is fantasy. We included 5 different prompts on our Facebook page. So you can read, you can go to our Facebook page and look for the album na call for submission. We have 5 prompts that you can choose from which you're going to write your stories. Bali yun yung pagpipiliin namin. Kailangan pasok siya dun sa 5 prompt na yun. However you want to use the prompt, kung paano mo siya i-express, it's up to you. You can mix the fantasy genre with other genres. That's fine as well. Yun nga lang, it has to be in English.
Okay.
Yes. It's English. Kasi we are planning again to publish it on Amazon and other digital bookstores, which has international readership. And syempre, dito rin ipiprint din namin, publish din namin local.
Mm.
But
Na
dun sa mga writers who write mostly in Filipino, ayan. Wait for
Oh,
Cindy Story daw, masasubmit
yes,
daw.
we will.
Ayan.
mm,
But for those who write in Filipino, poems or short stories, watch out kasi we're going to release a call for submission then for the Filipino, I mean those who write in Filipino.
mm.
Oo, meron din nun. Don't worry.
Sa susunod namin na ibang ano, ibang language, Filipino language din. Pag meron ng pwedeng mag-edit ng ibang language, di ba? Like, kunyari, Cebuano or Kapampangan. Pag meron na, pagkaya na.
So talagang balak niyo talagang mag-expand ng network aside sa writing for English and Filipino soon, no? Kasi will
Oh,
value
yeah.
Yeah.
kayong
We have
incorporate
big
ibang languages.
plans.
Oo, kasi we
We have
really
big
want,
plans for LitArt Hub.
oo. Although we
Um,
are focusing mostly on short stories and
Mm,
poems, ganyan, and artworks, um, we want ka talaga kasi ang main goal namin is to showcase what Filipino creatives can do. So, yun talaga yung ano. O, yan, si Kristen daw, may sasabihin din.
mm.
Sige, go. Hinihintay ko din yan.
yes, excited ako.
So ano po yung pwede niyong maibigay na advice and tips para sa mga independent young women na maging katulad nyo, gusto nilang maging katulad nyo? Since alam naman namin sa 8 letters kung gaano kayo career woman. Kayo, Miss Kate, Miss Yumi.
Okay,
Si Ate
ikaw
Yumi.
muna.
Ako muna. Okay.
Ikaw muna. Beauty before age.
Ay, advice. Sa mga, I mean, it's different kasi when you're working on something that you're passionate about, hindi mo minsan naiisip na pagod ka, hindi mo naiisip na
Mm,
yung oras na pinupour out mo or ini-spend mo for something that you're passionate about. But one thing that you have to remember is kailangang matulog. Importante ang tulog. Kahit um, eh, kahit na gusto mo pang magsulat at madaming idea na pumapasok sa utak mo na gusto mong isulat, give yourself time to relax. Give yourself time to breathe, kumbaga. Kasi when you step away from what you're writing or what you're doing, pagbalik mo, you have a better perspective on what you're doing and you can make it a better piece or better piece of work. Kasi nga, iba kasi pag pinipressure mo yung sarili mo, kailangan tapusin ko din. Na pinipilit mo na lang siyang tapusin kasi gusto mo siyang matapos na. Ibig sabihin nun, stressed out ka na doon sa ginagawa mo. So, you have to step back, tapos balikan mo siya with a renewed passion and vigor on what you're going to do. So, sa ate yung next.
Miss Yumi.
Sa akin, ang advice na mabibigay ko sa mga young writers, from an old writer like me, be teachable.
Yes.
There's always something to learn. Huwag nating sabihin na alam ko na lahat yan, kabisado ko na yan, marunong ka pa sa akin. Lalo na sa fiction can change. You can
Yes.
change
It evolves.
characters, the plots and settings. Kailangan maging teachable yung mga writers in the sense na maging humble enough sila to accept that there are things that they don't know yet.
Yes. Kahit
And
siguro
they
na
have to learn.
Oo, na kahit siguro seasoned writer ka na, there's still something that you
Yes.
can learn from the younger ones or the novice, kumbaga. Kasi, the writing evolves. Kumbaga, kung ng mga the classical pieces you would read like isang buong paragraph, isang sentence lang. Ngayon, readers doesn't have the attention span to read something that long. Ba, you need to chop your
Yes.
sentences into small bits
Mhm.
and allow them to digest your story better that way kesa yung you're going to dump in information into their
Mhm.
into them. Parang ganon. So parang hindi porke matagal ka na nagsusulat, alam mo na yung lahat. Of course, your experiences count. It's a big thing para may advice ka sa kanila. But it doesn't mean na ikaw lang ang may alam ng lahat.
Kaya napakahalaga po
Yes.
na meron tayong 8 letters discourse. Ano po kasi
Oo.
nagkakapalitan ng ideas, ng knowledge,
Yes,
ganun
yes.
po. Opo.
Pero to add to my first tip
Opo.
for sa advice for young writers, para naman siyang parang contrary to it, but it's really not. Kasi as a writer, you have to stick to your own style. Kasi may mga writers na ginagaya yung iba, ginagaya yung style ng iba to, siyempre, to sell their books, which is, it's not bad, that's not bad. But sooner or later, you have to know what your style really is as a writer. So, stick to it. Pero, habang, habang, while you're sticking to it, you should still continue to learn.
Ayun, ate, I think that's isa sa mga pinaka-importante when you're a writer is to find your writing voice. Paano ka ba magkwento? Parang ganun. Yun yung isa sa one of the first things that you have to discover sa sarili mo kasi yun yung something na kahit na madami kang mabasa na libro or kahit na marami kang kopyahin ng way of writing, your writing voice is still there. That's why nga sabi nila na um, all, yung wala nang unique na story ngayon. Lahat ng klase ng story na ikwento na. It's just how you're going to tell the story in your own voice. Kasi nga, iba yung writing voice mo sa writing voice ng ibang writers.
Kaya mahalaga pa rin talaga na may community ka na magsusuporta at saka magtuturo sa'yo, no? Kasi para mas lalo kang matuto, mas lalo kang mahasa, ganyan.
Yung community na talagang ang purpose o ang objective is to help you. Help you as a writer, help develop your skills, and support you sa iyong career.
Baka po may mga gusto pa po kayong i-plug, i-promote, mga personal pages po ninyo, saan nila kayo marireach, saan nila mabibili ang inyong mga gawa.
Yun. Sa LitArt Hub books, the book is available, the ebook and yan.
Yan, Silver Linings.
The paperback and the ebook is available on our website, litarthub.com, and it's also available for order on 8lettersbooks.com/shop. And isa pa pala na na gusto naming i-promote. LitArt Hub will have its first serialized fiction, which will be posted weekly. The title is House Number 57 by yours truly. So, yeah, it's a fantasy / urban fantasy type of story, but it focuses on one person who doesn't really believe in the supernatural, but her views will change later on. So, yun. And also, if you're interested to submit works for LitArt Hub, follow us or like our page, facebook.com/LitArt. Yung pa, Ate Yumi, ikaw.
Mm-mm.
May promote
Um,
na ako. May workshop si Ate Yumi mamaya. So,
Ay,
panoorin niyo po yun. He's going to teach you how to sell your books on
sell
ako.
on
Promote.
Amazon.
Kasi hindi nga siya mag-promote ng sarili niya eh. So, ipopromote ko na lang siya.
Miss Yumi, may mga gusto kang i-promote? Thank you, Han.
Ayun. Okay. Thank you sa 8 Letters for hosting this event, for giving us a chance to launch our book and promote our book. We're really, really grateful for it, especially to Cindy, who's always our girl boss,
Yes.
Yes.
the super girl of publishing and writing. Yan. And then, if you want to buy my books, they're on
Opo.
Amazon.
Mm-mm.
Just look for my name, Mayumi Cruz. And
Mayumi
it's also on my website, www.mayumi, ano tawag doon? mayumicruz.com dash mayumicruz.com. And yun nga,
May
mamaya.
napansin ako, Miss Yumi, Miss Kate.
Ano yun?
Magkakapareho tayo ng kulay ng bahay.
Oo nga.
Oo nga, no?
Nasa isang lugar lang na tayo.
Mm-mm.
At saka nga pala, kasi we know how difficult it is, how hard it is to promote books. So aside from 8 Letters Bookstore, we also have a group by LitArt Hub. It's called
Mm-mm.
Book Catalog. It's a free book promotion site for now. Kaya yung mga gusto pong mag-post ng books nila, mag-promote, you can post it there, join us, and we'll
open po
be
for
sending
public.
newsletters. Yes?
Available po siya para sa lahat ng authors.
Yes, it's a public.
Actually, for Filipino indie authors, just join the group na book catalog. I'm going to post the link sa comment section para for those indie authors who wants to promote their books, lalo na sa mga international audiences kasi may mga nagjo-join sa group namin na from other countries. So, post your books and promote your books there. Or for those who are offering like editing services or
Basta book related.
anything book related
Uh-huh.
services, post your ads or your promotions on the book.
Book catalog.
Yes.
Yan, may book catalog. Sa website niyo po, tsaka Facebook group. Tama po?
Sa Facebook group lang yung book catalog. We're still finishing the website. So, but soon na.
Tatapos din yan, Kate.
Tatapos ko lang talaga yung list eh.
Oo.
Ayan, alas-dos na. May next pa
Okay.
yata.
Ayun. Bago tayo matapos, mag-thank you muna po sa mga sponsors namin, Race Publishing and kay Sir Ernst Enriquez. And for Miss Cindy Wong then for organizing and everything, for making it happen then for LitFest. And pa-plug lang po ako ulit kasi part po ako ngayon ng Cinemalaya 2020. Pakisuportan ko ang short film naming Tarang. Yun lang po. For 350, may all access na po kayo sa Cinemalaya 2020 or 75 po para sa curated section po para
Nice.
Galing.
Medyo nakakapanibago tong new normal, no? Pero sana lahat sumuporta.
Yeah.
Oo. Support Filipino.
Sige. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you namin. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. For